love to read, and sometimes a simple luxury such as having a beautiful bookmark keeps me motivated to continue reading my book. After joining a few book clubs this year, I was inspired to create some gorgeous bookmarks for me and the club members using some scrap fabric and whatever materials I had on hand. It turns out that bookmarks are a simple yet fun project that is beginner friendly and ADHD friendly. And this is because it's so simple to make, it's exciting to use, and it can be accomplished in under an hour. You can make these bookmarks as simply or as complicated as you'd like. The simple pattern involves cutting a rectangle out of scrap fabric, folding the seams inward, and sewing the seams closed using a straight stitch or embroidery stitch. Spice up your bookmark by adding ribbons, tassels, beads, and charms that hang delicately over the pages when the book is closed. It is addicting finding beautiful beads, charms, and buttons, and experimenting with different ways they can be incorporated into your bookmark. If you can, try not to purchase anything new. See what you can create with found materials. However, I certainly won't stop you if you decide to seek out supplies that you don't have. The materials that you'll need include the following: 8.5 by 5 inches of rectangular fabric, alternatively 21.5 by 12.75 centimeters worth of fabric. You're also going to need all-purpose or embroidery thread, and then optionally, you're also going to need tassels, buttons, ribbons, lace, beads, or charms. For step 1, you're going to cut out that rectangle of fabric that's 8.5 inches by 5 inches, and then you're going to iron that rectangle flat to remove any wrinkles. I might have gotten a little carried away. I did make over 40 of these. After ironing, you're going to take the fabric and fold it over and press again. Then fold the edges 1/4 inch or just over 1 centimeter over and iron them flat. Finally, fold the rectangle in half, ensuring that the right side of the fabric is facing upward and the folded edges face inward. Press again, ensuring that the edges and corners are aligned. Next, you're going to pin the edges of the bookmark, leaving an open space for a ribbon or tassel on the bottom of the bookmark. If using a ribbon, fold the ribbon in half and insert the loop into the bookmark's end. Alternatively, you can create a loop and insert the ends into the bookmark. Pin them down, and if using a tassel, insert a braided suspension loop into the bookmark and pin it down. Using an embroidery stitch or straight stitch, sew the seams closed, removing the pins as you sew. Make adjustments to the ribbon or tassel as needed if they slide around while sewing. To ensure that the embroidery doesn't come undone, backstitch or embroider over another inch past where you started to seal the stitch. When finished, cut off loose threads and even out the ribbon or tassel by trimming the ends. If using a ribbon, cut the ends of the ribbon on an angle. Now we're going to make something a little bit fancier. You can also fold your ribbon in half and then sew it down on the front side along with a button. Make sure that you use a flat button so that you don't ruin the pages of your book. As you can see with some of the bookmark examples here, I've used all different types of buttons and tassels, but the pattern is the exact same. You're still using that 8.5 by 5 inch sheet of fabric, folding it over, and then inserting either tassels or ribbons into the bottom of the bookmark, or the top, depends on what you're trying to do. If you're wondering where I got some of my beads and charms from, a lot of them are pieces that I found over time from different types of little local shops in New York or different shops on Etsy. Some stuff came from Joann. I'm sorry that Joann closed, but you can still find some decent things at Michael's. But my recommendation is to check out some unlikely stores, some mom and pop stores. You're going to end up finding some really cute treasures that way. I also highly recommend playing around with the selvage ends of a fabric. You get some really cool fringes and they make for some nice detail and texture on your bookmark. For a fancier variation, we're going to cut out the same amount of fabric, that 8.5 by 5 inches worth of fabric, and then we're going to press and fold the same way as we did before. This time, however, I am pre-cutting some lace or ribbons in the same length as a bookmark, and then I'm going to layer them on top of the pre-folded bookmark to add texture and interest. In order to keep the lace pieces on top of the bookmark, I'm going to pin them down. Just as before, we're going to sew along the perimeter of the bookmark using an embroidery stitch or a zigzag stitch. Then you're going to fold your ribbon in half and sew it down into the top of the bookmark along with a flat button. This ribbon came from some decorative gift wrap from who knows how long ago, and the mother of pearl button that I'm using is the super flat leftover that I had purchased who knows how long ago, and I thought it would create some nice shimmery contrast with the white cream and lace. Just as before, cut off the loose threads and even out the ribbon or tassel by trimming the ends. If using a ribbon, cut the ends of the ribbon on an angle. Thank you for watching if you made it to the end of this tutorial. Let me know in the comments section what you think and whether or not you've tried making your own bookmark. For more DIYs and journal entries, check out my blog, homestylealchemy.com.
Up.